that
But I was
fighting
female
for
and
women's
he was
rights
male.
has
A
too
product
often
of a
become
society that
synonymous
has taught them
with man
that
hate.
men are more important than women.
If there is one
Each time
thing
they ignore me, I feel invisible.
I know for certain,
I feel upset.
it is
I want
that
to tell
this
them that I am
has
just
to
as human
stop.
as the man, that I am just as worthy of
Feminism
acknowledgement.
has become an unpopular
We
word.
must raise our daughters differently. We must also raise our
Women
sons differently.
are choosing not
We do a
to
great
identify
disservice to boys in
as
how we
feminist.
raise them. We stifle the humanity of boys. We define masculinity in a very narrow way. Masculinity becomes this hard, small cage, and we put boys inside the cage. We teach boys to be afraid of fear. We teach boys to be afraid of weakness, of vulnerability.
Apparently,
We teach them to mask their
I am
true
among the
selves.
ranks of women whose expressions are seen as too strong.
And then we do a much greater disservice to
Too
girls
aggressive.
because we raise them to cater to the fragile
Isolating.
egos of men.
and
We
anti-men.
teach girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves
Unattractive.
smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful. Otherwise, you will threaten the
Why
man.
has the word become such an uncomfortable one?
But what if we question the premise itself? Why should a woman's
These rights
success be a threat
I
to a
consider
man?
to be human rights. But
Because I
I
am
one of the lucky
female,
ones.
I'm expected to aspire to
My
marriage.
life is a sheer
I'm expected to
privilege
make my life choices,
because
always
my
keeping in
parents
mind
didn't love
that
me
marriage
less
is the most important.
because I was born a daughter.
Now, marriage can be a
My
good
school
thing.
did not
It
limit
can be a
me
source of joy
because
and
I
love
was a
and
girl.
mutual support. But why do
My
we teach
mentors
girls to aspire
didn't
to marriage
assume
and we
that I
don't
would
teach
go
boys the
less
same?
far because I might give birth to a child one day.
We're all social beings. We internalize
And if
ideas
you
from our
still hate the
socialization.
word,
Even the language we
it is
use
not
in
the
talking about
word
marriage and relationships
important.
illustrates this.
It's the idea and the ambition
We
behind
raise
it.
girls to see each other as competitors,
not all
not
women
for
have
jobs or
received
for accomplishments,
the
which I
same
think can be a
rights
good
that
thing,
I have.
but for the attention of men.
In fact,
We teach girls that they cannot be
very
sexual
few
beings
have
in the way that boys are.
men,
We police girls, we praise
Gender
girls for
equality
virginity, but we don't
is
praise
your
boys for
issue
virginity.
too.
We teach girls shame.
I've seen young
Close your
men
legs, cover yourself.
suffering from mental illness.
We make them feel as though by
unable
being
to
born
ask for
female,
help,
they're already
for
guilty
fear
of something.
it would make them
And so,
less
girls
of
grow
a
up
man.
to be women who cannot say they have desire. They grow up to be women who silence themselves.
I've seen men made fragile and insecure.
They grow up to be women who
by a
cannot say
distorted
what they
sense
truly
of what
think.
constitutes
They grow up to be
male
women who have
success.
turned pretense into an art form.
Men don't have the benefits of equality either. We don't often
The
talk
problem with
about
gender
men being imprisoned by
is that
gender
it prescribes how we should
but
be,
I can see
rather than
that
recognizing
they
how we
are.
are.
and that when they are free, things will change
Now
for
imagine
women
how much
as a
happier
natural
we would be,
consequence.
how much freer to be our true individual selves if we
If
didn't have to
men
wait
don't
for
have to
gender
be
expectations.
aggressive in order to be accepted, women won't feel compelled. to
Because
be
the sad
submissive.
truth is that when it comes to appearance,
If
we
men
start
don't
off
have
with
to
men as the
control,
standard, as the norm.
Women won't have to be controlled. Both men
So
and
what
women
is the
should
point
feel
of culture?
free to be sensitive.
I mean, there's the decorative,
Both men and
the
women
dancing,
should feel
the-
free
but
to
also
be strong.
culture really is about preservation and
It is time that we
continuity of
all
a people.
perceive gender on a spectrum instead of two sets
Culture
of
does not
opposing
make
ideals.
People make culture.
If we stop defining each other by what we are not and start defining ourselves by who we are, we can all be freer. If
There's
not
a problem
me,
with gender
who?
as it is today, and we must
If
fix
not
it.
now,
We must do
when?
better.
For the record, feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities.
Feminist,
Is the theory
the person who believes in the political,
political,
economic, and
social
social equality of the sexes.